Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting. It is August 8th, 2024, and it is 7 p.m. Call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. Tonight the prayer will be with Alderman Waldron, the Pledge of Allegiance with Vice Mayor No. If everyone will please rise for the prayer and the pledge.
Dear Heavenly Father, we are here with bowed heads and humble hearts to give thanks to your Son Jesus. We ask for your wisdom and guidance as we make decisions for our city, friends and neighbors. Keep in our hearts the people in need here and around the world. We ask, oh great God, to watch over our military, first responders, and the people that is keeping all of us safe. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is to approve the minutes from the June 27th, 2024 workshop and the July 18th, 2024 special meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Haas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Hobbs. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Moving on to presentations. Service ribbon presentation, Police Department.
So tonight is a great opportunity for me to acknowledge the service by three of our members. There's a fourth member who is not able to be here tonight, and that is Sergeant Timpson. But these three individuals that are here tonight participated in our deployment to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This was a great opportunity for them to experience a national security event and glean some experience from that and bring it back to our community here in Laverne. So I would like to congratulate each and every one of them for traveling up there and representing the city of Laverne with distinction and honor. I received a lot of accolades from my friends and past coworkers with the Milwaukee Police Department on how professional they were and how impressed they were by the members of the Laverne Police Department. So they have represented Laverne well, and for that, I'd like to call each of them forward. So Officer Klein, Lieutenant Statz, and Lieutenant Durham. So I wish to present each one of you with two items. The first is a service ribbon for your participation in this national security event with the RNC. And the second item that I would like to present you, each of you, is my challenge coin. This is the Chief's Coin of Excellence. I only present this to individuals who actually represent the city of Laverne and the Laverne Police Department with the highest standards and the highest level of honor. And so for a job well done, I'd like to present each of you with one of these and congratulate you as well.
Excellent.
Thank you much.
We had no one sign up for the public comment period. Moving on to departmental reports. We'll turn it over once again to Chief Mays.
All right. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board of Aldermen, you have the report in front of you. It's a great report. I'm very pleased to present you with this report. One or a couple of items of note is the burglaries. You'll see that there is a little bit of a spike, but that's from some storage unit burglaries, multiple storage units in one location over the course of a single or just a couple of incidents. But so that's up a little bit, but we have a lot of positive numbers here in terms of other crime categories. Calls for service are a little up. Our arrests are up. as well as our DUI arrests and drug-related arrests are up 78.9%. I believe our proactive efforts are causing these positive trends in our numbers. And also with I got to tell you, the motorcycles, they're great. We're getting a lot of feedback, and people are slowing down. And so with that, our crashes are down almost 46%. Our injury crashes are down almost 19%, and our traffic stops are up 101%. So I have the men and women that are out there on patrol to thank for this. It's because of their efforts that I think you see the streets are a little safer here in Laverne. So, any questions?
Just one, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what's this I hear about 4th of July? You were getting down a little bit?
Well, we had something prepared tonight, but we're not going to go that route. There was a very good band. I commend, the leaders here of Laverne for getting a great band, and I may have broken out a few dance moves, but none of which were captured on camera.
I got video of it, Mayor. If we could get with Jerry, we could probably get that on Channel 3.
I'm sure next month he'll be prepared with his music.
Well, I had something special, but, we're going to forego that. And I'm just going to head back to my seat.
Welcome to the South, sir. You're coming around.
I think Miss Donna has some competition now.
So we're going to move on to the fire department, who's going to have to follow that. Chief Beasley.
I would not put on the cowboy hat backwards, so.
No comment.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. I trust that you've had an opportunity to review our monthly reports. I think everything is trending exactly the same way it was last year. It's incredible how statistics work. It seems to trend every year the same way. There is a few, right now at the midway point of the year, we are just ahead of where we were last year, but there's nothing to be cautioned of. You see our run responses are about the same, and we're still continuing our annual hydrant flushing. So I feel pretty good about that. The only thing that I'll say that you'll see that might be a little bit different, and it's going to be different for some months to come, is our inspections. Our inspector's out doing work, and he's completed better than half of the city's inspections this year. It's brand new inspectors, his first year, and he's already knocked out better than half of the commercial buildings. And he's going to be moving into the warehousing area. Much larger buildings, so those numbers will probably decrease over the next few months just because it takes a little bit longer to do each one of those. So those guys in community risk reduction are doing a great job. Obviously, our firefighters continue to do good work. Any questions?
Chief, do you want to talk a little bit about your new home and August 20th?
Yes, sir. We received our certificate of occupancy thanks to our code's office for helping us out with that and making the way for us to pass all those and continue to work with us. They did a great job making sure that we were meeting all the marks. So we're working out of there now. The fire administration's in, firefighters are moving in. We've got working on punch list just to fine tune everything. We wanted to have an opportunity, kind of like you might at home before you have an open house. Get everything on the shelves where they want to go and towels in the closet. So we're looking forward to an August the 20th grand opening, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We'll have our push-in service or ceremony for the new pumper as well at the same time.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Any questions? Thank you.
Parks and Recreation Department, Mr. David McGowan.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, thank you. You guys have the parks numbers for the month. You can see 95 help desk tickets, 795 hours devoted to those. Past event, July 4th, Independence Day celebration. If you missed it, come next year because the police chief put on a heck of a show. Upcoming events, August 16th, Howl at the Moon. That's our annual 5K race. August 29th and 31st will be our carnival this year. Upcoming meetings on the 19th, Park and Rec Advisory Committee meeting at 6, and the Greenway follows that at 7. 5K race next Friday, August the 16th. Registration is now $35 through the 15th and then $40 on the day of race. Check-in 6:30 at Veterans Park at Pavilion B. Race starts at 8 p.m. 12 age divisions, awards for the top 3 in each category, plus the top overall male and female. Crescent Amusements will be doing the Summer Carnival again. Thursday and Friday, their hours will be 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday 2 p.m. to 10. Armbands are $30. They are good for a time frame of 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. They are not available on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 6. So there was some confusion a couple years ago, so now they just cut it back to a 4-hour time slot. Any questions?
Yes, sir. So, for Howl at the Moon, have we reached out to the businesses along Murfreesboro Road and just given them our regular heads up that, hey, the road's going to be shut down, and there's going to be significant congestion?
If we have not, we will tomorrow. I can't answer that. Kathy usually takes control of that, but we'll definitely reach out tomorrow to give them the heads up. Yeah, the roads will be shut down probably about 7:30, I believe. So the race will start at Veterans Park, turn on Floyd Mayfield to Murfreesboro Road, turn into City Hall, around the Horseshoe, back out to Murfreesboro Road, back to the park.
And you've got the chiefs registered, their registration's all set up?
I think the chief, both chiefs, and I believe the head of HR also. said he was
Wonderful,
gonna run.
wonderful. It's great to see that level of involvement and engagement. So,
No doubt.
Joe, did you feel left out? Do you feel left out?
No, not at all.
Oh, I mean, we'll take Joe too. I mean, we're not gonna turn anybody down.
I will say Independence Day was phenomenal. I heard nothing
It was
but
great.
great things. I talked to people from all over, and they come from out of state, so it's always a great time.
Yeah, we've had zone status in the past before, and I don't know if it was a combination of the audio was just super above average, but many people said that was the best they've ever heard zone status. And yeah, they did an amazing job. Those guys are always top notch. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Moving on to the library department, Ms. Donna.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, good evening. You will see our July report first. That was our second month of summer reading. Programs stayed up there, attendance did. Our library attendance was 9,138, which we thought was amazing. And you can see the rest of the numbers. Do want to let people know that the library will be closed for the Labor Day weekend, Saturday, August 31st, and Monday, September the 2nd, and we will resume our regular hours on Tuesday, September 3rd. I put a few pictures in there of one of my favorite programs that happened this summer. This was Pirate Storytime. And Chief Beasley made the best captain ever.
I got a better hat.
It was a really fun time. It wasn't the highest attendance, but the 35 that were there had a great time. If you can see in the bottom picture, they all received pirate hats. And as they were leaving, they got a treasure map so they could go on the adventure. You also see our wonderful puppets. Kudos to Mara and Jonathan for putting on that great puppet show. It was so much fun. So we had a good time that day. And that was just one of many, many programs, well, 32 programs that month. On the second page, you will see that I combined June and July together just to give you an overall view of all the different numbers. Just want to point out a couple of numbers. Programs and events were 70, and that's for June and July. The attendance in the library, 18,385, and we felt every one of those people there. Circulation, 10,983. We have the cleanest books ever because as each book goes out and then comes back in, we wipe it down with a wipe and clean all of our books, and they look great. And the staff can tell you, they cleaned 10,000 plus books this summer. Our Libby is going great, 447 hits on Libby. Patron cards for June and July, new patron cards, 354. That's a record. We have not done that in many, many years. And then if you look at the patrons modified, these are patrons who came in and their card had either expired or they needed to update an address or something of this, or they changed from an ST1, which is 5 to 11-year-olds, to an ST2. And then we had some ST2s who changed from that to adults. So that's considered a modification. And so I was very impressed with the modifying that happened. And down at the bottom, we had our prizes. The teens and tweens had some great prize packets. If you will notice, sketching was the most popular one. There were 477 entries put in that box, and totally enjoyed it. On the adults, we went kind of techie this year with the Amazon Fire, the Echo Show, the iPad in case. And the most popular, of course, was the iPad in case. And I think the person who won that did a little dance when they came in.
Chief?
Chief?
Chief, I wasn't going to say a word. And then we had a box back at Reference where if you got a new library card, you were given the chance to fill it out and put it in the entry box. And so we had 284 people who did that. And they also received a gift card. So it was a great summer overall. You all have seen the programs leading up to it, and just a really good time. We're taking August to get our library back in shape, and then September the 9th, our story times will resume. Do you have any questions?
Just want to say, summer reading is absolutely amazing. Love the numbers. Do you want to hit on, with the library board, the bylaws being updated?
Yes, yes. The library board has been working very diligent along with Katie, our attorney, and so we finally got our bylaws all updated. Kind of sad to say, the last time we updated the bylaws was in 1988. So they needed a little revision. And with the help of the board and with Katie, we got it done, and so we're very excited about that. And they have been adopted in 2024.
Let's not wait so long to update them. Thank you, Ms. Donna.
Thank you.
Finance Department, Ms. Danielle.
Hello. The financials are in your packet. We are currently closing the books for June 30th. Anticipate the audit team entering the field August 19th. So we are working on the June, July information. Page 1, you'll see that the expenditures year-to-date exceed revenue by $17.5 million. Sales tax exceeds last year's by $500,000. So that's 106% over budget. Page 2 is the cash balances of the accounts. You'll see the general fund, we have $34 million. And then that's the rest of the accounts following that. Page 3, I added a graph, and I'm going to work on that for the rest of the information. Let me know if you like that. I'm more of a visual person.
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of convert the numbers into graphs and kind of eliminate that so it's more user-friendly. Is there any questions or any recommendations? If you have anything else, any other graphs you'd like to see, are there any data that you'd like to see graphed, just let me know.
I like to get the graphs.
Thank you. And so we can kind of see which months we're bringing in more revenue and spending more, so we can kind of get that equal.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the water treatment plant, Mr. Danny Campbell. Come on down.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board. I hope you've had the opportunity to review our July monthly report. One thing I'd like to mention is we've had the TOC analyzer online for just over a month now. We have taken our July samples. They did match up almost identical to what the analyzer has been giving us for data. So just want to say thank you for making it possible for us to get that equipment. It's helps with the optimization of the plant. So thank you for that. We are, as Chief Beasley stole my line about flushing, we too are doing our annual flushing, and we've got about 37% roughly completed in the end of June and through July. Any questions?
Can you take us through the complaints?
I thought you'd never ask.
Thank you, sir.
We had 3 customer complaints this month. One was for no water, one was for a quote-unquote chemical smell coming from their backyard hose, and a third for green water coming out of a faucet. Yeah. So for the no water complaint, we sent our inspector out there. Their meter was cut off. We had them contact water billing. That was taken care of, as it always is. For the chemical smell, that was strictly coming out of their hose. I know that there's a lot of talk about drinking water out of your hose and what that might be, but there was no experience anywhere else. We did take a sample. All the numbers came back well within range, so there was no issue that we could see through that, and no odor that was apparent when we took the sample. For the green water complaint, that was a commercial building coming out of their, I believe it was their kitchen faucet or like break room faucet. When we arrived on site, we personally, my inspector, did not see a greenish tint. Again, we took a sample. All the numbers came back well within range. They had called the water treatment plant as well as Public Works, so Public Works responded to that as well, assisted the client in flushing their own private hydrant to help them out, and there hasn't been any issue since that I'm aware of. So it was a good team effort in that regard.
If anyone has any concerns with their water, where do they contact?
Bo. 615-793-6536, option 2. Is this thing on? Sorry.
Any other questions? Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Moving on to old business, second reading ordinance 2024-12, an ordinance adopting and enacting a codification and revision of the ordinances of the city of Laverne, Tennessee, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, providing a penalty for the violation thereof, providing for the manner and amending such code, and providing when such code and this ordinance shall become effective. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Haas. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron?
Aye.
Alderwoman Hobbs?
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas?
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we've got the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Haas. Is there a second? Our second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to new business, we've got first reading ordinance 2024-13, an ordinance to amend Title 20, Chapter 4 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding public records. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Hobbs. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2024-14, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2023-2024 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Hobbs. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Haas. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to first reading ordinance 2024-15, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderwoman Haas. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 10, Resolution 2024-20, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. I'll go ahead and second it. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
I vote aye. That resolution passes. Number 11, motion to approve a agreement with the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County for sewage transportation and treatment. So need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve?
Have a motion to
Second for discussion.
have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Hobbs, and a second from from Alderman Waldron.
Yeah, on this deal, I think Metro's gonna charge us 5.6% more on that. That's quite a bit of a increase. What I hadn't heard yet, how much are the cities going to have to raise the sewer rate to the citizens? It's hard for me to vote for this, not knowing what it's going to affect the citizens. I mean, we could pass this and we start paying the Metro the fee, but it's like we got in the water deal. I mean, the water department has got to balance out, and I haven't heard nothing about what it's going to cost the citizens on a higher rate on the sewer, because the sewer and water is kind of added together in the bill.
Well, two items that was discussed at the workshop that it was going to be looked into and evaluated by finance. So they're looking into that based on what we've already increased with the last budget and how this will impact. The other thing is we really don't have that much of an alternative, because if you're not going to agree to this agreement with Metro for sewage, where are you going to send the sewage? The Corps of Engineers and TWRA won't allow us to discharge treated sewage into the lake because they have a cap on that. Plus, we don't have a plant to process it. So it's kind of a catch-22. We just like these other municipalities, Belmead, Brentwood, Goodlettsville, Millersville, none of us have our own water treatment plant. So it's one of these, we can't build one, we can't discharge into the lake, so we have to send it somewhere.
Yeah, I think everybody understands that, but what I'm trying to, we knew that was happening for a long time, and at 5.6%, that's going to greatly affect the money situation. But what I need to know before I can vote is how much is the sewer rates going to go up for the citizens? And I've seen no data on that as far as I would tell.
Any other discussion?
I had the same concerns, and I guess finance will, once they do their work, they will, is that correct, Danielle? When, unfortunately, it's another catch-22. We ain't got no choice on this. I mean, if we do, I'd like to know it, and I don't like it. But Nashville's got us, Brentwood, Belmead, Goodlettsville, they got us. Not much we can do about it. So, but I guess we'll sit back and wait on Finance Department to figure out how much it will increase.
Yeah, I know, the city knew this was coming along, and I know it's election time, and we done raised the water once. I know it's a bad time to talk about raising utility bills, especially at election time, but, it's 5 and 6, some point down the line, surely we're gonna have to raise the rates. We don't know how much it's gonna be, and I wish we had that data in front of us where it'd be more clear to vote on.
Well, knowing, we knew the rate study was going on, and as far as the sewage rate, with Metro. And we didn't know a time frame or the percentages of what we would get back. So our group that was doing the rate study for water and sewer rates that were adopted for this fiscal year did their best to guesstimate that. That's one of the reasons why finance needs to be able to evaluate that and then come back with that information to us. So but-
we're just really voting on this blindfolded.
no, you're voting on what the city is agreeing to for sewage. So, I mean, we can either, agree to Metro sewer rates and move forward, or we have to find an alternative for sewage. And
So, with Nashville raising us up 5.88%, that's the city as a whole, but that doesn't necessarily mean how much the residents will be raised up. Is that correct, Bruce?
Yes, sir, that's correct. This treatment charge from Metro is only one portion of what we have to pay for sewer.
Exactly.
So, in the rate study that we just finished with MTS, they calculated an annual 3% increase into that rate study. So there's already, and that's for the actual treatment charges for Metro. So we've already got the 3% built in for these charges. So we just have to calculate if we can make it up somewhere else, or if we have to raise the remainder of that in the middle of the year sometime. We have to calculate all of that out. We don't have that information at this time.
Exactly.
With all the development going out other side of Walden Road, that's gonna more sewer to Metro. So, I think have a cubic, they call it a cubic, what do they call it?
It's 100 cubic feet.
Cubic feet. That's gonna cost more than that. It's gonna be more expensive, and you'd like the water, deal, the state makes us raise it up. So it just, if it don't balance out, the state's gonna come in and say, well, you gotta raise your sewer rate. Right. Right after raise the water, and that's just what I'm getting at. I'm kind of voting on something that it's obvious what we're voting on, but we don't know what the outcome's gonna be.
Well, we did increase the sewer rates July 1st already, and we have a scheduled increase again for next July 1st. So we've just got to determine if there's a difference that we'll have to make up for the remainder of the year after October 1st, when this rate increase goes into effect with Metro.
I mean, regardless of the expense though, there really is no alternative, right? The sewer's gotta go to Metro one way or another.
Correct.
yes.
The bottom line. And as far as it being, I don't know what that even means, but as far as it being an election year, if you're up here for votes, you're up here for the wrong reason. So we've got to do what Nashville, they got us. We ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
But I guess this is just even though we don't have a choice, we still have to go through the formality. Is that correct, Evan?
Yes, sir. I mean,
Going through the formality and the motions to make it all
that's exactly right. You either do this or you build your own sewage treatment plant. So,
proper parliamentary procedure or something.
right, yes, sir.
Any other discussion? Okay. Alderman Waldron.
Pass.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderwoman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to number 12, motion to approve a memorandum of understanding with Box 55 for rehabilitation services for the Laverne Fire and Police. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Alderwoman Hobbs. Is there a second?
Second for discussion. One question I wanted to ask the other night was, is this going to be a one-year thing? How's that going to work?
So this would
I'm
be,
trying to look through it, and
this would be a year, and then whenever we get to our annual budget, we would basically readopt this, just like we have in the past with
Okay.
Box 100. It's the same process. We're going to go through, and we have to allocate money during the budget season, and then reapprove the MOU.
I got
Or
you.
reaffirm it.
All right.
Any other questions? So we've got a motion to approve. We got a second and third. Alderman Waldron.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Aye.
Alderman Haas.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to Mayor and Alderman comments. Alderman Waldron.
See here. Again, check on the elderly, make sure that they're looked after, took care of, and make sure your pets have ample shade and water. And again, it's school time, school just started, and be aware the kids gonna be on the side of the road, and a lot of times you can't see them. But be careful and watch out for the school buses. And, so many times, just in my travel, I see a school bus stop with a stop sign on the side of the bus. It swings out and traffic still flows. That stop sign means stop, and we need to just be aware, you know. I know we ain't been used to that in a while, just be vigilant and be aware, and that's all I got, thank you.
Alderwoman Hobbs.
Yeah, I just wanted to put something out there, more so for the community than anything, but Vice Mayor knows probably not the only one of us that got phone calls about concerns about Box 55, or not really concerns, but just interest about why Box 55 was coming. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, like, we go through this consent agenda, and there are hundreds of thousands of dollars that are spent, furniture for public works, things like that. So to me, and why Box 55 got my support and approval, was this is $18,000 for the livelihood or the support of our emergency services. So to me, it was more of a drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of things to provide our emergency services and the people protecting our city with the best support we possibly can. So I don't really feel like that there should have been a hesitation. So just for the encouragement for people at home. The next thing I wanted to encourage people to apply for the Industrial Development Board position. There are 4 out of 6 of our current members are on the Planning Commission, and I would really like to hear from a diverse group of people regarding the impact of the development of our city versus a monopoly of individuals that are appointed by our mayor. Thank you.
Alderwoman Haas.
The weather's nice right now. It's gonna get hot again, so don't let this fool you. That's all I got.
Vice Mayor No.
Yes, sir, it's gonna be, I'm on tonight. I've been letting you slide for a couple of months. First of all, I want to give shout outs to all of our employees, both white collars and blue collars. You guys are amazing, but I'm going to pick on one group tonight because I feel like they've earned it. I don't know about the rest of the board members, but I get phone calls, text, and emails 2 or 3 a week about why is codes picking on me? With all of the other stuff that's going in this city, and they're worried about my grass, or they're worried about my garbage can, or whatever. Well, first of all, that lets me know that codes is doing their job. Some of these people are my personal friends, and I will not mix personal with business. And I want to give a shout out to Joe and his staff. It's my understanding that Miss Rebecca Moore is making enemies right and left in this city, and that Thomas Lawrence is making enemies. And all they've ever said, and I'll say it too, and I hope you folks watching at home, do we want to be Brentwood or Belle Meade? Absolutely not. I know I don't. But mow your grass, make your neighbors look. Pick up your trash out in the, if you can't make the backyard look good, make the front yard look good. But codes is coming for you, and my understanding, with the help of our legal team, they have come up with some plans to help give the codes department some extra tools, if I understand that correctly. And but as long as I keep getting those phone calls and emails, it makes me feel like codes is doing their job. I know my house is not perfect, but at least I keep my grass cut, and I keep my junk hid. Now, to add to Alderwoman Hobbs. Box 55. I'm sure some of their people are watching at home or will, so I'm going to raise their bar, and hopefully they will meet it and exceed it. And as I said the other night, I'm not going to harsh on 10 years ago. Box 100 was second to none in the rehab business. I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. Again, I'm not taking this personal, but I will give some shout outs and back it up to former Mayor Cena Mosley and her husband Ronnie, Laura Davidson, Christopher and Liz Buck, Tony and Tommy Vanetta, and so many others that made Box 100 an awesome, awesome rehab. And I'd like to challenge Box 55, now that we've put you in place, to try and reach what they were. Now, I know they did a lot more than is expected from you all, but they made this community proud. They made our emergency services proud. And we will be watching, and I hope everything goes good. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I'm done preaching.
Wonderful sermon, brother. So I want to remind everyone about the 20th of August, the Fire Station 41 ribbon cutting and dedication. It should be a wonderful time, and I know we've reached out to Diana McCormick to join us. So I think this will be really good for the city and for the fire department. So I hope to see everyone out there. And if you happen to be at work and you can't make it, but you want to go on a tour, just reach out to our fire department. They'll work with you on getting that whenever they're not on calls. We've already had a few people stop by.
Just a few.
Do want to remind everybody we've got Howl at the Moon coming up, and that's always a fun time. I've got to get my own registration, and I'm so glad to hear that both of our chiefs and HR are all going to be in this now. So I look forward to seeing all of y'all running down the Murfreesboro Road. Should be a very fun time.
We're going to need a med unit on hand and then a paving crew when I'm finished running.
We always have a med crew because I'm running. So, and then want to remind everyone we've got the Fall Festival coming up soon. So make sure that you register for the parade, register for a booth, put it on your calendar. We're going to have a car show beforehand, and there's going to be a lot of fun activities, music. So please mark your calendar to come out and do this. We do have a couple different board openings. We've got Beautification Board, which still has an opening. Like Alderwoman Hobbs says, the IDB has an opening. The City Council appoints that, though, not just me.
Yes.
So it's the whole group. And
We'll
then
appoint the Planning Commission.
yes. And then Parks and Rec, we just had someone resign after 5 years. Rick Autry has resigned from that board. So if you're interested in any of those, please get your applications in. With that, call this meeting adjourned.